Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Okay. Alright, making good decisions, we like that. What is going on over here? I'm sure you won't be surprised to find that, to me it looks like you're going to be consistent through the whole thing. I mean, Taurus usually is. I feel like Earth, all the Earth ones today have been very consistent, or like I feel like I'm telling them things that are normal for those signs. Like you're very consistent, you hold your responsibilities, when you just pick a path, you stick with it. It feels like you're going to be like this the whole way. Because that's kind of like the rub for Taurus especially. You choose a path, you stick with it. For better, for worse, you're there. And you're like, I chose it and I plan to stick with it, whether it goes well or it doesn't go well. That's usually the rub for that. Now, the Nine of Cups going in with the best possible decision is telling me when you start off in this situation, first of all, somebody's offering it to you, right? Somebody's offering you a possibility. You like it, looks good, you accept this possibility, and it's the best possible decision. Kind of like somebody says, hey, I got this opportunity. Would you like this, Taurus, would you like this opportunity? You're like, yeah, I actually would. I don't think it's like a 2-second thing. It's either something you've been thinking about anyway, or you get that moment to really think it over, and you're like, you know what, yeah, I think that is for me. I do. You're liking it with the Nine of Cups, best possible decision, everything is good. Now, what is happening with all this stuff here? Because you got wisdom coming in. Whatever you chose, that's what you're going for. If somebody's trying the bait and switch method with you, like, here, you want this, here you go, and it's something else, like, if somebody tries to hand you a burger and it's a tofu burger, you're like, oh no, this is not it. Like, tofu burgers are fine if you know what you're getting, but if you're expecting a beef burger and somebody hands you a tofu burger, that's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Now, if somebody asks you if you want a tofu burger and you're like, yes, I would, cool. Vice versa, that's also true, by the way. Because I know some vegans, and although I haven't talked to them in a long time. But, for example, if somebody hands you a burger and you expect it to be a tofu burger and they hand you a real beef burger, that's not going to fly. It's not going to work. So if they try that little game with you, that's not going to happen. They can't do the bait and switch and expect it to be okay. No. You're not going to play that way. You're not going to go for it. You're going to take one bite, figure it out, spit it out, and be like, I need something else. The wisdom comes here, and like, if they had any type of, see, they might have, because I'm getting like there's something here where they're thinking they can get you to do what they want. It's weird that the Knight of Pentacles is here, because it's also, again, with this deck, the Prince and the Princess kind of waver back and forth between Knight and Page energy based on what's going on around it. And I do see like they're expecting to get you to agree to something, and then they're just kind of expecting it to go on its own. Kind of like, here, take this, aha, gotcha. Now we just let it, then they're just going to let it kind of play out. Like, you said you'd do it, now you said yes. And you're kind of like, I said yes to a regular beef burger. I did not say yes to a tofu burger. You're giving me a tofu burger. For that reason, my agreement is null and void because you didn't tell me the truth about what you were giving me. This is completely different. This is different. It's like handing somebody, asking somebody if they want macaroni and cheese, and then handing them, like, you know, a salad. It's like those are nothing like, except maybe they're both in bowls. Like, you can't say, would you like macaroni and cheese, and somebody hands you a salad. You're like, what? Well, we sprinkled a little Parmesan on there. No. Kind Because I feel like they're expecting you to. As soon as you realize what they've done, though, Hangman pops up on your side. You're like, It's almost like you're kind of like a little shell-shocked, and you're like, well, you said beef burger. That's not it. So I don't know where mine is, but that's definitely not it. So I'll wait while you get the right one. It's kind of how it's going to go. At first, at least. Kind of like, you know what? That's not what you said you were going to give me, so it's clearly not for me, so I'll wait for you to get the right one. Go ahead. You seem to be holding back and just not moving. Kind of like, oh no, no. But give me what you said you were going to give me. I do want this opportunity. Give it to me the way you said you were going to give it to me. I'll wait. I'll wait. And I'm getting that attitude, kind of like, no, you're not, no. If you think you're going to bait and switch me, and then I'm just going to take what you give me, even though it's not what you said you were going to give me, that, first of all, that's not going to happen. Second of all, I want that. So you said you were going to give it to me, go get it. Go get it, because I showed up for it. So go get it. So if they kind of like tried to bait and switch you, you're like, nope, and go get the right one. Go get the right one. I'm getting the energy very strongly on Taurus' side. Like, no, we don't play that game. You're waiting. You're not happy. The Nine of Swords with the Page of Pentacles, it does waver between Page and Knight, though, because you're flat out vocal about it. Kind of like, oh no, that's incorrect. Go get the right one. I'm getting it very strongly. And you're not happy because you're kind of like, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, I'm wasting my time waiting for this because they probably don't have it. They were just trying to pull the wool over my eyes. So what happens here, actually, is I do feel like they give you what they're supposed to give you. They don't like it. The Five of Cups is coming in. They didn't get what they wanted. They had to give you what they said they were going to give you. I do feel like they did. Because Judgment comes in and the Lovers come in. They're realizing, like, they better make this right. They better give you what they said they were going to give you, or they better not expect you to help them again, because you're not going to play that game. It's kind of like, burn me once and that's the only time you're going to burn me. That's pretty much the game they're playing with you. If they don't give you what they said they were going to give you, don't expect to get another chance, because you're not going to play that again. You're going to be like, oh, only once. You burn me once and we're done. And you're not happy. And that's a big piece of this too. You're really not happy about this. So they better come forward with what they said they were going to give you, or else this isn't going to happen again. You're not going to give them a chance to do this to you again. Judgment goes in both your favors, and the Lovers comes forward. Like, the Lovers is coming forward because, like, they're able to give you what they said they were going to, and you're not gonna. I don't feel like you're really gonna hold it against them. It is gonna take you a minute to let it go. Like, it's not gonna be like you're over it in 5 seconds. You're gonna remember it because you got glamour here. Once they give you what they're supposed to give you, I feel like you're just kind of keeping it to yourself. But it's kind of like you're gonna remember it. You're definitely gonna remember it. If this person approaches you in the future and tries to, like, offer you something, you're gonna be quick to remind them, okay, you want to give me a hamburger? That better be a beef burger, or whatever type. You know what I mean? You're going to make the details. You're going to, like, highlight the details. It's supposed to be a beef burger with cheddar cheese, 3 pickles, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of ketchup, and fries on the side. Fries should be straight fries. They should be completely fried and ready and hot when I want them. Like, you're going to get, like, right to the detail. Like, and there better be salt on those fries. Like, that, to that point. So you're going to remember this. I also feel, though, at this moment when they give you what they're supposed to, I don't feel like you're vocal about it at that point. It's more in the future. If this repeats in the future where they offer you something in the future, it will come forward then. I'm getting easily it will come forward then. But as it is, they appease you the way they should. I don't really like the word appease, because I feel like they honor their previous commitment, I think is better. They do honor what they should have to begin with. That's, I feel like, what fits this better. It's annoying me a little bit, which is funny. They've got strength here with the Seven of Pentacles. The pressure is on them to make sure they don't disappoint you again. Because you're not going to play this game with them. I don't know why they thought you would. Whatever reason, and maybe this is somebody you've dealt with before, but at this point, The way this is going right now, you're not playing that game. And now the pressure is on them. The Seven of Pentacles with the Strength is telling me they've got to make sure they hold to the line. This is not the end of their line. I feel like there's a couple other things coming forward, and they're like, it's like they get it. They're like, oh, the Taurus isn't going to like it if this doesn't work out the way I said it was going to work out. So now they have to kind of work double time to make sure it does play out as it was supposed to originally. That's on them. I wouldn't even feel bad for it. Because they're going to make up the difference. Queen of Wands with the study. They're actively working to figure out what they need to do to make the situation work out the way they told you it was going to go. There were some problems that needed to be fixed. There were some things they were thinking you were going to help them or do for them. But now that this is the benefit of this one snafu, they're not comfortable. They're like, oh, if I have any more pitfalls with the Taurus is really not going to be happy with me. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I know that this is the only time they're ever going to help me, so I have to pull this together. They also know they're fighting the history. Even though you seem to have walked away accepting what they were supposed to give you, they're not completely stupid. They're not. And they're realizing, oh, that was a bad move. I really shouldn't have done that to the Taurus. They're getting it. With the Page of Swords and is this the Six of Cups? Yes. I do feel like this is page energy at this time. So they're kind of quietly realizing, like, that's going to hold over me for a while. Like, that's kind of looming over them for a while. And I don't think you're going to feel bad about it, nor should you. Should they? Yeah. This is one of those moments where if they have some guilt, they kind of should. Because they shouldn't have played that. And they need to remember that, and they need to take it seriously to not do that again. Because they're lucky. They're lucky you didn't just walk away. You could have. You could have been like, listen, I'm not playing this game, bye, gotta go. But you wanted what this was. So they're fortunate at this point. But they also realize they're on thin ice. I feel like the way you're handling this person at this moment, things are moving forward. You're getting what you wanted. But I also feel like there's a weird game between the two of you. Like, you don't really want to give them a chance to screw things up again. So you're very vocal is what I'm getting about, like, when you need something, you're very defining. Kind of like, if you need something, like if it's a certain part, you're like, I need this saw, this brand, this model number, I need this long of a cord, and you're giving the long length of the cord, I need this outlet near that cord, I need this type of wood, I need it to be this length, this type, I need it to be at this point, at this time, with this truck. Like, you are getting really, like, you're putting in the details. You're making it very clear to this person, like, just so you don't think you have room to move, and just so we're not going to have any misunderstandings, this is, like, you're defining it right to the T. Like, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is where it needs to be, this is the type, this is the model, boom, 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 boom. Like, you're kind of, like, without yelling at somebody, you're making it very clear that you're not a big fan of that BS they pulled just a little while ago. You're not being mean. You're not yelling. I really don't think so. I feel like you're just making it very clear. Like, you pulled that bullcrap on me once. Here, I'll make sure the lines are so defined that you can't step outside of them. So you have to do, if you agree to what I want, you'll have to do exactly what I want. You're still a little annoyed. Not yelling. For a little while, I feel like there's a weird tension. But I feel like at some point they make it up to you. At some point they do make it up to you. You can tell that they get it. Like, they got the clue, like, don't pull that again. And you feel confident that they're not, because you kind of put them through the ringer a little bit. Not being mean, not yelling, nothing like that, but just like you made things very defined, kind of like, you know, you made it very, very much to the point. What you wanted and how they were to do it, and made sure there's no working around it. Like, I want a beef patty, I want it on this bun, I want seeds on that bun, I want 3 pickles, like, I'm serious, like, boom, 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 the whole thing. At some point, when you're able to let it go, but I would honestly say you don't want to let it go too quickly. You got to think for yourself, feel it out for yourself when you're comfortable. At some point, you're going to have those inklings, like, I guess I could let up on them, I guess I could give them a break now. And you'll start testing it by kind of like, all right, I need a hamburger. And you're just going to say, give me, it's like, you know, if we started off with the original situation where they said they were going to get you a hamburger and they handed you a tofu burger, you're going to do that moment where you're going to be like, all right, I need a hamburger. And that's all you're going to say. And you're going to see, like, all right, let me see what they bring me. Let's see what they bring me. You're testing the waters with little things. Like, all right, let's see what they bring me. I know it's an analogy, but you get the point. You'll be testing them, like, all right, did you learn your lesson? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Are you doing what you know I want? Don't play your crap with me. Don't play any of your games with me. Don't do it. So you're giving them a chance to prove to you that they realize that was not right and they're not to do that. And I'm getting the Three of Pentacles with the new beginnings is like, they're respecting it very much. And like, they're bending over backwards to get you the right thing. And at this point, it's kind of like, all right, they're showing that. And I feel like you're just kind of letting it go after that. Unless they give you a reason again in the future, because I'm getting, ultimately this goes to you in the Sun card. You did make your point. You did kind of put them through the ringer a little bit about it, but it was warranted. I feel like it was very good. And once you feel like they've learned their lesson and they're going to stop playing their games, you're like, all right, I'm cool, they're cool, they got the message, don't mess with me, don't play games with me, and we can get along. So this works out very well. I don't know how that sounds, but like the fact that you're kind of holding it over them for a little while, I feel like the way you're doing it, it's the right way to do it to get the message across. Like, don't play games with me. Don't do that. And again, I don't feel like you're being cruel. I just feel like you're defining things very tightly for a while. And then when you think, well, I think they learned their lesson, then you kind of like pull back on the restriction. You pull back on the boundaries a little bit, or, you know, the boundaries. And then they start proving like, all right, they heard me. They're not going to play that again. They learn the hard way, but they learn. Everything's going to be good. I actually like this. Whoever this person is, whether they should know it already or not, I'm getting, this is a moment where it's like, they understand how to work with you. And this might be very important, like, this level of respect is very important. It not only transfers to you, but I feel like this is also a lesson they're learning for like how they should treat other people. Like when you say you're going to do something, you give them what you know they're expecting. You don't play games. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.